And we're back after 2 days off in the federal trial against disgraced music mogul Sean Combs. Multiple witnesses took the stand today, including his former drug mule. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. We are getting near the end of the prosecution's case in the trafficking, racketeering, and charges against this monster. His former assistant, Brendan Paul, testifying under immunity, was first up on the witness stand today. He explains that he started working for Diddy in late 2022 after graduating college and stopped when he was arrested back in March of last year. He was detained and busted by the police when he had the cocoa on his possession, the ina. He was heading on a family vacation with Diddy and his kids. He told the jury today, quote, "It was in my Goyard bag for personal assistant duties." Brendan was originally hired to help Diddy with food and workout planning. He said that he was told to break up with any girlfriend he might have and say goodbye to his family for this 24/7 job as his assistant. His pay started at $75K a year and topped out at $100,000 last January. Paul told the court that his duties were to help organize suitcases, Amazon returns, pick up things from the pharmacy, as well as pack a lot of joints in the garage, the kind that you smoke. He claims that he had almost zero interaction with Diddy in the first few weeks of his employment. His longtime chief of staff, Christina Coram, told Paul to steer clear of Diddy while he got used to the environment. An average week would entail 80 to 100 hours of work. "I was young, so I was able to handle it," he said. He also testified that he used Adderall and sometimes the coca to the ina to help him stay awake and put in those long hours. Paul testified that he would purchase a variety of drugs for Diddy, including the marijuana, the pink coca, ecstasy, K, and that he would buy thousands of dollars worth of substances at a time and occasionally tried them to prove his loyalty. Working for Diddy was so intense that Paul testified he once went 3 days without sleep. He had a lot of that, I'm sure. Before working for Diddy, Paul said that he smoked but did not do any other drugs. Paul said the expectation was to make sure Diddy was always happy. Quote, "He doesn't take no for an answer." His favorite strains of the marijuana were King Louis and Sunset Sherbet. Paul said that even when he wasn't working, he was always on call. Asked about procuring drugs for Diddy, he said he did it more than 5 times, but less than 10. And he told the jury he personally saw Diddy doing the coca, the K, the Mary, and the ecstasy. But not all that often, he said, and verified that he had arranged and cleaned up after hotel nights, but only a few times. Brendan said that Diddy fired him multiple times, including once for forgetting to bring his Lululemon fanny pack on a walk. He said, "I don't want to see your face and you're fired." He added, "I went to Lululemon, bought a fanny pack, and gave it to an assistant," saying that he then laid low and eventually picked up his job duties again. Oh my God. He threw someone else under the bus. Paul told the jury that he would often buy drugs from Philip Pines, one of his previous assistants. On some occasions, Paul texted a drug dealer and they would come to Diddy's home to deliver the substances. Paul said once he received the drugs, he would give them directly to Diddy or put them in the Gucci pouch where the drugs were stored. Paul testified that Diddy would often file prescriptions under a fake name, Frank Black, which he also used to check into hotels. Shady doctors making scripts out to people who don't exist. He recounted meeting up with dealers named Guido, One Stop, Baby Girl, and Ovi. That loyalty test, Paul testified, happened at Coachella. He had Tusi with him and asked me to try it if it was good. Tusi is a name for that pink substance. It's what the real fancy rich users take. Paul said he asked me to try it if it was good. Although he had never used Tusi before, he said, I wanted to prove my loyalty. So he took it. Paul said that the freakoffs, by the time he was working there, were referred to as Wild King Nights. He testified that for these nights, he would purchase the necessary tools or drugs, and also told the jury, as we've heard before from Jane, that after Cassie filed her civil lawsuit against him, he moved the Wild King Nights from hotels to private residences. Oh, I had not heard this before. Paul testified that Diddy would use Cialis. That is a pill it's a pill, right? I think it's a pill. It's a prescription for men to get them hard or help them stay hard. And it was Paul's responsibility to find a way to get whatever Diddy wanted. A text message from Diddy to Paul in February of 2024 read, "You get me Xans." Xans being short for Xanax or slang for Xanax. Paul replied, "Still working on it. Have 2 leads. Should be able to get by tomorrow. Waiting to hear from one more person or 2. Paul said that setting up for the Wild King Nights was very detailed. Quote, "We created a running list. We had a lot of lists. Setup would include bringing lights, Astroglide, lube, baby oil, liquor, champagne, and toiletries. You would go before they got there, call room service, have them bring up extra sheets and towels, water." Paul described the assistants, property manager, security guards, travel manager, and chief of staff all involved in obtaining drugs and supplying the Wild King Nights. Afterwards, he would wear gloves for sanitary reasons to clean the rooms as best he could. The jury even saw a photo of a hotel room in disarray after a Wild King night. Dirty sheets covered everything. Furniture was rearranged. Paul testified he sent the photo to Diddy's travel manager so she could anticipate additional charges for damages. And more from Brendan Paul, plus another witness and an update on the latest juror drama. I will share all of that with you in a video shortly. But until that next video, let's discuss all that we've learned in this one right now in the comment section.